we want to get flip cameras and take them to Africa and work with high school students and teach them how to make participatory videos. That is, we want to have cameras in their hands so they can tell stories about their own culture or whatever's going on in their world.
Hey buddy, I was just calling to let you know that I clicked the button, the tickets are bought. So I'm just waiting on the itinerary to hit my inbox and I'll forward it to you, but wanted to spread the good news. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Talk to you later.
Well, it's almost time. It's late Friday and we're leaving Tuesday morning early, so things have really come together well. We raised money, we were able to buy some equipment. We got 2 of these 13-inch Mac Pros, which are very nice machines, and 14 of these different flip cameras. They're all unique. A big thank you to Barb Bates and all the folks at Technology Partnership who allowed us to fly under their umbrella of the nonprofit and to raise money for the flip cameras and for the computers. They also shared a wealth of knowledge about Kenya, which prepared us for a very successful trip.
Definitely, I would expect maybe a friend from around the Middle region come to. I'm used to that. Yeah, I'm used to that because this is somebody who will spend just little, come around, maybe stay with me for maybe a day or two, go out, or maybe a friend in Nairobi or somebody inviting me. But somebody flying to come and stay with you and do some work together. Hey, it's great. Yeah. And you connecting all these people. Bring it. I have an idea here. We can go. And they tell you, yes, let's try.
And he did.
Let's try. I have an idea here. I met Mr. Kamara in my office and we want to connect and go and see him and work with him. Are you sure? Yes. Where in Africa? Where are you going? I don't know. Who are you going to meet? I don't know much. That's exactly what I said. What are you going to do? I don't know. Exactly. All I know is that I'm going.
I couldn't be prouder of my little brother, Ryan O'Keeley. He took such an amazing leadership role and has continued to blossom ever since that trip.
There was a time in my life where I felt a lot of profound change because my perspective about people changed because of what I saw. I saw a different part of the world and a different part of myself when I worked with the team members that went with us. And I saw a different way of thinking about my perspective about what life can be. The things that stick out are how smart and dedicated, how smart the kids were and how dedicated the teachers were to educating them, how unified the students were in learning, how excited they were to learn from us, their guests, and that just brought me a lot of joy to see. And I admit that I was a little bit troubled when I got home because I felt so lucky to have what I had and felt a little guilty that I hadn't realized it sooner, because it's random chance that we have what we have and we're born where we're born, but then we get to change our lives based on the knowledge that we gain from learning from new people, learning from new places, and challenging ourselves.
So, Haba na Haba, Hujaza Kibaba, meaning little by little. You give little, fills the container, it will make big things happen.
Very cool. That's kind of what's going on here.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
It's funny that he brings that up, and I guess you already knew about it, but little by little, we're all giving ourselves, our knowledge, we're with the people that we meet, all for the common good, and we fill it up, and for everyone.
Exactly. He has given a practical, real situation, giving an example to you people. Now, you people, you want them to do one big thing. but he has given a retro contribution, a retro contribution, a retro contribution, a retro, and the whole height of you and myself and the driver. Now we have made big things happen.
Yes, because and it's a thing that one of us could not do.
Yeah, one of you could not
not do.
accomplish. Yeah, and that's why everywhere we go, people say, "Please come again. I want a connection. Come again," because they see the whole force of us saying, all of us singing the same song that we want to make things better. You can't resist that. It's great. Or when you go to a school like yesterday you were at Kara, you do your part. You are filming, you are recording, you are blogging, you are doing, someone is teaching. Yeah, good example. Very nice.
This had all started back in December 2008 when I was fortunate enough to meet my good friend John Kamwara.
Brandon, I lived with you, Brandon, for a day.
John visited Colorado in search of instructors that were using technology for education.
But we talked a lot. He asked me many questions. I would ask him questions. We would talk.
Here you see me video editing on an interactive smartboard. I showed John this stuff and he was amazed. We spent the entire day together.
First we talked about his college coming this week. It was very nice. So I say, it's the greatest moment of my life. People coming from across the seas, coming on your behalf, and you have to make things happen for them. It's a great, to me, it's an honor. Secondly, it's a blessing. I thank, always in the evening I say, thank you God for bringing this wholesome friend. You entrusted them to me, and so far I'm doing very well. Everything is going well.
You are taking care of us so well.
Oh,
look at the food. Look at the places we're going.
Yeah.
We would never be able to do this without you. Getting to these places. And thank you.
I've learned lessons about gratitude and thankfulness. I am so grateful for the original 8 deciding to join me on this amazing Kenyan safari. Ryan Good kept an amazing attitude and was always learning and did amazing blog posts.
Back then, digital video production, really any type of multimedia production was a big focus for me coming out of school as a journalism major. And I was especially excited to play around with some DSLR equipment, learn a little bit more about sound gear, and really just get my feet wet in the industry. Really was beneficial to me as I went on for a while there to be producing music videos for local bands, wedding photography, other types of freelance photography that I did. Pretty quickly after arriving, it seemed that the people were extremely friendly, very accommodating of us, and overall I remember just everyone being so humble.
Who is this African man?
That was too much for me.
When we really got there, everyone was just happy that, we were there with something to share. And also, I would say the open arms to learn something from them. It was definitely really cool to see at the time the digital exchange of currency. Nowadays we have Venmo, we've got, Google Pay, we've got all kinds of other different payment apps, but I remember Kenya being very ahead of the curve in the sense that they had the ability to transfer funds for purchasing and selling things over their cell phones in 2011. I have been happy to see that there has been some type of lasting impact. There's still some level of communication with everyone. And yeah, I do hope that the camera gear that we donated had some type of an impact, that the children that we met and the teachers at the different universities were able to take something away from our time there.
Autumn Montgomery's goals and her focus on her goals were right in line with what we were doing. She did amazing things while she was out there, not only working with the kids, but also working with librarians and anywhere she could help.
Personally, I grew in so many ways. First of all, I got to see such amazing and beautiful country, amazing and beautiful people.
Good morning, boys and girls.
I was very impressed with the strength of Kenyan people and the outlook for their future, and they have obstacles to overcome, but they're not afraid to do it. And then overall, I guess I would say I really kind of learned that you need to take time. As Americans, we want to rush around a whole lot, but there I noticed that people took time to stop and talk with friends, took time to have tea.
Lou Montgomery, our master electrician, not only was he able to meet with people at institutions and discuss the ideas of creating recycling programs for used computers, he was also willing to jump into helping out with the video productions that the kids did, even though he had no experience with that.
What I found out was that there was one recycling center in all of Kenya, and that was in Nairobi. They had so many computers they couldn't process. I had the opportunity, because I'm a master electrician, to talk to an engineering class, and they were really interested in trying to get a recycling program in Meru. So they asked if I could get some videos and contact recycling centers. And there was one video that really showed how they broke the components down of computers into bins, and then they would sell the parts. And so I sent that on to them, and hopefully that helped them out. I really enjoyed making the videos with the kids and at the school and helping out with first aid with Lisa, and it was a lot of fun there. So the people are delightful. Have always felt I'd like to go back someday.